What's up guys, I'm back with another video and today we're taking a look at the FatBat from Cuba Pro. What this is a large hand grip for your GoPro camera, which also contains a battery pack for charging your GoPro while you're on the go. So you can see right here, there's a little tiny USB cable that runs to the top of this hand grip and into the GoPro camera, and this keeps it charging. Very, very straightforward, but it does have some cool features. So first off, we have to talk about build quality because it definitely has it, and it may even have it to a fault. This thing is built out of, well, complete aluminum, and that makes it incredibly solid, even if it is a little bit heavy. So this is kind of where build quality starts to go two ways, and I find it quite interesting. You can have cheap, small, light things which are maybe we consider to have low build quality, and then we have things like this which are incredibly well built and very tough and durable, built out of solid aluminum, milled, and all this kind of fancy stuff. But in the end of the day, the package that it creates is almost unwieldy because it's heavy and bulky, and you feel like if a different material was used, perhaps a smaller, lighter, more portable enclosure could have been created. Nonetheless, it does have some cool features. So this unit is water resistant. Of course, your camera has to be in the frame in order to use it, but everything else is water resistant. On the bottom, there's a screw-on attachment with a 1/4 by 20-inch tripod mount, allowing you to use this mount with all kinds of different accessories. But also included in the package is a replacement piece which does not have a bolt on the bottom or a tripod mount on the bottom of it, so you can swap that on if you're looking to make your mount a little bit lighter. And then on the top, the one thing you're probably wondering is how the heck does this unit turn on and off, because all I see here is that USB cable plugged into the camera and it's charging. So how would I turn the unit on or off? Is there a button? Does it detect when the camera is plugged in? No, none of those are true. In fact, there is some switches, but they're inside. So this GoPro mount piece on top actually screws off of the mount. Now there's very fine threads with some nice O-ring seals down here to ensure that water resistant fit. And inside you find two, not one, but two full-sized USB ports and an off-on switch, as well as a micro USB charging port and LEDs indicating the current charge level. Pushing that switch brings the switch up and turns the unit off. So the only way to turn off or turn on the unit is to unscrew the top piece of the mount, and the only way to tell if the unit is on or off is to look at the LEDs inside or plug this into your camera and check to see if it's charging. And this, to me, is the first drawback of this mount. I'm on board with full-size USB ports, and that's great and that's cool. You can hide them inside, but don't make me unscrew the cap, which is a lot of threads and a lot of twisting. Like, if it was snap-on and snap-off, I wouldn't really care, but it's a lot of effort to screw this on and screw this off every time I want to check to see if my unit's on or off, or turn it on to power my camera. So a little bit of an annoying feature there. And then, well, from there, I guess we might as well talk about some of the other things which I'm not such a huge fan of. So we can actually take this mount fully apart and we can see what's inside it. So it's a three-piece setup. There's the cap on the top, there's the bottom cap, which you have two options. Then there's the battery insert inside. So there's this cradle here which holds the batteries and all of the circuitry to charge with. And then there's the batteries themselves. Now, you might have noticed here that there's 3 battery slots in this thing, and I only have 1. That's because the review sample that I got came with 1 battery, but currently on their Kickstarter page, they're selling these, and you can get them with either none or 3 batteries, which have a higher capacity. This is a 2500 milliamp hour battery. The ones they're advertising and they're selling have 3600 milliamp hour capacity times 3 for a 10,000 milliamp hour total capacity of this unit. What does kind of annoy me is the fact that they're selling this unit without batteries and then with batteries. If you're gonna sell a portable battery for someone to charge their GoPro with, sell it with the batteries included. I see they're trying to save money because, let's be honest, this construction quality and this kind of construction material is not a cheap option. If you want to be competitive with someone else who's making something cheaper, or with out of cheaper materials or out of plastic, it will be hard to compete on margins. There's some other quick features we should touch on before we conclude. That's that the other cap included can be reversed and put onto the end where the GoPro camera normally goes. It can be screwed on, and then you have just the portable power bank with those batteries installed inside it. So you can take that with you if you just want a water-resistant portable battery bank. So that's great for that. You can unscrew this and you can get a second module which has a flashlight head on it, which plugs into the USB ports on top in the same way that the standard GoPro head does. On the bottom of the GoPro adapter, there's a full-sized USB port which just plugs into one of these USB ports and then just screws on. And then there's the fact that because it has full USB ports, it can be used to charge any of your electronic devices. And that brings us to the conclusion, and it does come out a little bit mixed. The build quality is awesome, but it has been engineered to have a lot of different features. It's a hand grip, it's got a tripod mount, it's got full-size USB ports built into it so you can charge other things, it's got interchangeable heads, it's got all of these things which are great, but it means that it's not directly focused on a GoPro user wanting a powered hand grip. I'm not trying to say those features are bad. Those are definitely good features, and premium construction quality and lots of different features are great. But if it was to be only a GoPro powered hand grip, the unit could have been smaller. While power is important to me on the go, I prefer to charge my batteries in my backpack with a portable power bank and then just be able to shoot with my GoPro camera and put it wherever I want. And then if I want to put it in the waterproof housing, I can. That's where I'm coming from. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you want to check out their Kickstarter page, you really should. Their Kickstarter video is quite something to watch. I don't really want to talk about it, but you should probably go check it out, and then someone can comment down below about that. And guys, that was the FatBat from Cuba. It's a very fascinating product. It's something which in a couple iterations I think will be awesome. Until next time, guys, thank you very, very much for watching.